Hi guys, okay, here we are with an update. Some components finally arrived. So I replaced the main filter electrolytic. I got two of them. The French Radio Club are making caps of this format with a screw-on cap on the end, which fits exactly into what I need here. So I replaced the electrolytic. The original rectifier I just left that, but it's completely disconnected. Silicon one is up here, new bridge rectifier. I put a dropper resistor on the secondary side before it gets to the rectifier. I mean, there's this, how can I put it, debatable theories on both sides, whether it's better to put it before the rectifier or after. One theory is if you put it before and something happens to the rectifier, it might just save your transformer. But anyway, so I just put a tag strip up here and put it on in such a way that I don't know exactly what value this needs to be, because I have, as I said, I have no circuit diagram, so I have no voltages as to what things ought to be exactly. But I know that somewhere in the 100 to 200 ohms is usually okay, so this I think is like a 200 ohm, 220, 10 watt resistor. So we'll hope that works. Just about every cap that I looked at had to get changed, and so there's fun and games down in the back here, and a bunch of resistors got changed as well, and I think that's it. So yep, then for the rest, oh yes, this dual capacitor that's across the secondary, I left that in since it reads okay and no, it doesn't show any leakage, so I thought, hey, I'll just leave it in. So there were additional tags on this strip that weren't used, and so rather than try and tag it directly across the rectifier, I put it on here, and so again it means it's nice and easy to get it out of there. If I want to take it off, I don't have to go affecting any of the other wiring. And if I decide I need to replace this with two individual caps or whatever later on, we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll hold up. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're rapidly getting to the point where I'm going to want to hook this up and see how we go. So I've just done the usual here. I've taken the three leads that come out of the audio output transformer. So I mean, I think, if I remember the way this works, is you have the common, and then you have one wire going to the front speaker on its own, and then the other wire going to the two speakers on the side. And then depending on whether you set speech mode or music mode, either one speaker is engaged or all three are engaged. And so I just took a Molex connector on the end, and I will put the other one on the wires in the cabinet, and then it will be put up or shut up time. So here's hoping. Okay, so for the big moment, here's the setup. So plugged into the Variac. This little guide just measures the power consumption, voltage and stuff like that. This is, I use it to see what the overall power consumption is. I mean, I can watch the current consumption, but because this thing is goes to 5 amps, the couple hundred milliamps that it would typically consume barely budges the needle here. So this is a much more accurate guide. And so I put a towel on top of the console to make sure we don't do any undue scratching. The set's on top, and it's connected to the speakers that are in the cabinet via that extension cable, which I put on the output transformer. So I'll quickly go around the back. So here we have the extension cable coming down, plugged in with a Molex. Yep. And then these are the original speaker cables going off to the speakers down below. I plugged in the FM antenna from the cabinet. I have a this trailing wire was also inside the cabinet, so I assume that was the AM antenna, so that's plugged in. So yes, I think we're ready for electric enable. So I can't really get the variac and the set in the picture at the same time. So let's start. So pull this to switch on. So volume to minimum, pull. And I'm going to crank the voltage up on the variac. We'll see what we see. Okay, so we're at around about 50 volts there. So there's definite illumination of the dial bulbs. Nothing radical happening on the current front. My power consumption meter isn't working yet because there isn't enough volts getting to it. So let's go to 100. Okay, so now we can really see the lights. I'll turn the volume up here. Let's be optimistic. Still nothing radical happening on the current consumption front, so it looks good. We go to 150. Is that even the speaker? Not yet, not hearing from the speaker. Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, hang on. I think I might be hearing a hum. Oh, yes. We definitely have hum now. Okay, we can go climb it up to up. So that's 180 volts. Hey, that's 220.
Radio Cité Genève, week-end.
Week-end.
Let's try shortwave. I may not get anything. Okay, that goes Radio China International. That's cool. It's on shortwave. Whoops. Whoop, whoop, whoop. What happened? I don't know if that's a mechanical problem or something else, but the switch released. Show medium wave. Okay, it seems good. Lots of interference.
Les exportations turques dépassent les 150 milliards de dollars.
Yeah, that looks good.
C'est ce qu'a annoncé le 2 janvier le ministre turc de l'économie, Nihat Zeybekci.
This is lucky because it looks like not only is the power supply all working okay, but each waveband seems to be okay. Okay, it's long wave, so I won't pick up anything because it's late at night here. Okay, so let's go back to FM. Magic Eye is pretty much headed, so it looks like I'll be on the market for an EM85. Well, that's certainly a result. Tone controls. Noisy bass, but we definitely have bass treble. Yeah, we definitely have treble. Now, I don't know what these 3 switches over here do. Okay, that killed all my treble, pretty much. It seemed like it gave me more mid-range. That certainly got me my treble back. So, probably a bit more research into that, but hey. And I remember looking this up, I think it's a set on the circuit diagram. Speech mode is just the front speaker, music mode is all 3. Wow, yeah, it's a huge difference. So you got no bass at all here. Alright guys, I think, yeah, time for a celebratory drink. First time this thing is played since 1970, according to the guy who gave it to me. I was just chatting to him the other day, and he said that it got put up in his great aunt's loft in 1970. She passed away in 77, and he collected it, and it's basically been in his loft since 77. So, first power up since about 1970. Okay, so I guess after a short pause and a celebratory drink or two, the focus will shift to the record changer. So, more to come when I get to that one.